Hi, hello dear students. Welcome to our channel Maths with Panindra. In this video, we are going to discuss about the permutations and combinations. We already discussed in the first video about the basics of permutations and combinations. Permutations only we have selected in the first video. We discussed about the definition and examples regarding permutation. Permutations can be divided into two types. One is linear, another one is circular. In these sessions, we are going to discuss about only the linear permutations. Let us have a discussion the exercise problems. The first problem: if NP3 equal to 1320, find N. In the earlier classes, we discussed about NP2, NP3, NP4. Logic asset. Here, first you write the given NP3 is equal to 1320. Here the meaning of NP3, here 3 is there means including N in decreasing order, the product of 3 terms you have to write it. So N into N minus 1 into N minus 2, that's all. Here 3 is there means the product of 3 terms including N decreasing order, 1 you have to less it. So N into N minus 1 into N minus 2, which is equal to even 1320 also. Whenever 0 is there last, it is a multiple of 10. So can we write like this? 132 into 10. In the next step, 132 can be expressed as 12 into 11. So N into N minus 1 into N minus 2, which is equal to 132 can be expressed as 12 into 11 into 10. Observe in LHS and RHS, both sides, the values which are in the decreasing order. Even here also 12, 11, 10. They are in decreasing order. So, by equating these two or these two or these two, you will get the value of N. Therefore, any one of them you can equate. So N is equal to 12, direct answer. Similar application in the second problem. This type of problem is very important in intermediate for 2 marks. Let's come to the second question. If NP7 is equal to 42 into NP5. So, in the solution step, given NP7 is equal to 42 into NP5. Here NP3 is there means the product of 3 terms including N decreasing order. Here also 7 is there. So including N product of 7 terms. So N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 into N minus 3 into N minus 4 into N minus 5 into N minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So NP7 is there means product of 7 terms, we got it, which is equal to 42 into NP5. That means product of 5 terms including N decreasing order. N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 into N minus 3 into N minus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On both sides, N into N minus 4. Till these terms will be cancelled only, no? So this term will be cancelled. This term will be also cancelled. N minus 2, N minus 3, N minus 4. So the rest of the terms, N minus 5 into N minus 6. Even the 42 is there. 42 also If you want, make a quadratic equation and get the values of n. Otherwise, n minus 5 into n minus 6. By observing in this LHS, the order will be decreasing order. N minus 5, n minus 5, minus 1, n minus 6. So, the product of decreasing order. Here also, I am going to do that. 7 into 6. Can I write like this? 7 6 are 42. And 7 and 6, it is in the decreasing order. Either equating these two or these two, you will get the value of n. So, n minus 5 is equal to 7. So, n is equal to 7 plus 5. So, n is equal to 12. Suppose if you have doubt regarding n value, you can equate, or even these two also you can equate. N minus 6 equal to 6. N is equal to 6 plus 6. N is equal to 12. I hope everyone understands. I will move to the next question now. Next question, question number 3. If n plus 1 p5 is to n p6 equal to 2 is to 7, find n. First step given, n plus 1 p5 is to n p6 is equal to 2 is to 7. So, A is to B equal to C is to D. So, A by B equal to C by D. So, we can write it as n plus 1 p5 divided by n p6 is equal to 2 by 7. That implies, we already discussed, we already did problems based on this type of questions. N plus 1 p5, here 5 is there, including n plus 1 decreasing order, 5 write it, 5 terms, the product of 5 terms which are in the decreasing order. N plus 1 minus 1, that means n into n minus 1, n minus 2 into n minus 3. We can stop it here. Why? Because here 5 is there, the product of 5 terms, divided by np6 including n, product of 6 terms including n which are in the decreasing order, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into n minus 4 into n minus 5. We can stop it there. Why? Because product of 6 terms including n in the decreasing order, which is equal to 2 by 7. Now, n get cancelled, n minus 1, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 3. So, the rest of the terms cross multiply. First, you write the rest of the terms, n plus 1 by n minus 4 into n minus 5, which is equal to 2 by 7. Now, cross multiplication, 7 into n plus 1. So, 7n plus 7 is equal to 2 into n minus 4 into n minus 5. So, 7n plus 7 is equal to 2 into, so n into n square, n into minus 5, minus 5n minus 4n minus 9n, minus 4 into minus 5 plus 20. So, 7n plus 7 we can take this side. Therefore, we can write like this. So, first these side values I am writing, 2n square minus 18n plus 40, 7n plus 7 I am taking this side, minus 7n minus 7 is equal to 0. So, 2n square minus 18n minus 7n minus 25n plus 40 minus 7. So, it will become 33. Yeah, is there any possibilities? 32, 16 will come. 66. So 66 can be written as 2 into 33 is 66. So for 66, 22 into 3. So we can write it as 2n square minus 25n can be written as minus 22n minus 3n plus 33 equal to 0. From these two 2n take common, from these two minus 3 take common. So 2n into n minus 11 minus 3 into n minus 11 is equal to 0. So n minus 11 into 2n minus 3 equal to 0. So n minus 11 equal to 0. 2n minus 3 equal to 0. So n is equal to 11 and 2n equal to 3, n is equal to 3 by 2. So among these values, n is equal to 3 by 2 is not positive, not possible, is not possible, because n must be positive integer, since n must be positive integer. So n should be equal to, therefore the possible value of n is equal to 11. It should not be like p by q form. It should be in like n is equal to 11. We'll move to the next one. The next question, question number 4. If 12p5 plus 5 into 12p4 equal to 13pr, find r. So here given 12p5 plus 5 into 12p4 equal to 13pr. By definition of NPR, n factorial by n minus r factorial. So here 12p5, for this question I am going to explain two methods. One is by using formula, one is by using this type of formula. So one is standard result. 12p5, so 12 factorial divided by 12 minus 5, so 7 factorial, plus 5 into 12p4, 12 factorial divided by 12 minus 4, that means 8 factorial, which is equal to 13pr. I want to take common only 12 factorial, or we can, one other formula we have, n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. So by using this result, 8 factorial can be written as 8 into 8 minus 1 factorial. So 12 factorial by 7 factorial plus 5 into 12 factorial by 8 into 8 minus 1 factorial, that is 7 factorial, which is equal to 13pr. From LHS, I am going to take common 12 factorial by 7 factorial. That implies that 12 factorial by 7 factorial, the rest of the term is 1 here, plus 5 by 8. 12 factorial by 7 factorial we have taken common. So which is equal to 13pr. So 12 factorial by 7 factorial into, take LCM here, 8. 8 into 1, 8 plus 5, 13. In the next step I'll write it. It is equal to 13pr. So that implies 12 factorial by 7 factorial into 13 by 8, which is equal to 13PR. Yeah. From here I will continue. It is in the form of n into n minus 1 factorial. So 13 into 12 factorial can be written as 13 minus 1 factorial. So 12 factorial into 13. Otherwise here I will write one more step. 13. This 12 can be written as 13 minus 1 factorial divided by 8. Here 7 factorial can be written as 8 minus 1 factorial, which is equal to 13PR. So n into n minus 1 factorial means n factorial. So if here n is 13 factorial divided by 8 into 8 minus 1 factorial means 8 factorial, which is equal to 13PR. So generally 13PR means 13 factorial by 13 minus r factorial. So this can be written as 13 factorial by 8 factorial can be written as 13 minus 5 factorial. Can we write like this? Which is equal to 13PR. It is in the form of n factorial by n minus r factorial. What is r here? So this can be expressed as 13p5, which is equal to 13pr. So np5, 13p5 equal to 13pr. By comparing, r is equal to 5. This is one way. Method 2. In the second method, by using the standard result which we discussed in the earlier class, I have taken one video only regarding permutations. The first video, once again you watch, dear students, and method 2 I am going to apply to get that within 2 steps it will come answer. It will help in the competitive examinations. See here, first given 12p5 plus 5 into 12p4 is equal to 13pr. We have the result. I will make a box for that. N minus 1 pr plus r into n minus 1 pr minus 1, which is equal to npr. So by using this standard result, this can be expressed as 12. Can I write 13 minus 1? So 13 minus 1 p5 plus 5 into 13 minus 1 p r minus 1. That means 5 minus 1. Can I write like, which is equal to 13 p r. Clearly we can get that r value. See here, by comparing these two results or these two results, r value 5, or equating these two, or equating these two. So r is equal to 5 by comparing r value as 5. We'll move to the next question, dear students. The next question, question number 5. 18p r minus 1 is to 17p r minus 1 equal to 9 is to 7. Find r. So first step given. (18p r minus 1 is to 17p r minus 1 is equal to 9 is to 7. So a is to b equal to c is to d. Again we got the same situation. So a by b equal to c by d. We can write it as 18p r minus 1 divided by 17pr minus 1 is equal to 9 by 7. Is equal to 9 by 7. Again, you have to apply the formula npr equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial for the numerator and denominator. Why? Because, sir, previously said some like np3, np5 like this it will be there. But here 17p r minus 1. We don't know where we have to stop there. So that is the reason we have to apply direct the formula. That implies that 18 factorial. So npr, n factorial by n minus r. That means 18 minus r minus 1. So minus of r minus 1 factorial divided by 17pr minus 1. 17 factorial divided by 17 minus r minus 1 factorial, which is equal to 9 by 7. So we can write it as 18 factorial divided by 18 minus r plus 1. So 18 plus 1, 19 minus r factorial. Into this I am taking into the numerator, denominator of denominator. So 17 minus of minus 1, 17 plus 1, 18 minus r factorial divided by 17 factorial, which is equal to 9 by 7. In the next step, 18 factorial, n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. So by using this formula, this result, 18 factorial can be written as 18 into 18 minus 1 factorial, that is 17 factorial. Here 17 factorial is there now, to cancel the term easily. So 18 into 18 minus 1 factorial divided by even 19 minus r factorial also by using this formula. 19 minus r into 19 minus r minus 1. 19 minus r minus 1. Minus of r minus 1. So here 19 minus r factorial only you can write it off. In the next step you write it. It won't come. Why? Because plus it will come. So 19 minus r factorial into here 18 minus r factorial we can write it. So 18 minus r into 18 minus of r minus 1. So we can get it as 18 minus r factorial, again you have to write it. In the next step you write 17 factorial, which is equal to 9 by 7. So the rest of the part I will write it here. 18 into 17 factorial by 19 minus r into, here you can write it, 19 minus r minus 1. So 19 minus r minus 1 factorial into 18 minus r factorial divided by 17 factorial equal to 9 by 7. So that implies that 18 into, here 17 factorial, 17 factorial cancel. So 18 by 19 minus r into 19 minus r factorial, 19 minus 1, 18 into 18 minus r factorial by 1, which is equal to 9 by 7. So 18 minus r factorial, 18 minus r factorial, 9 ones are 9 twos are. So 2 by 19 minus r is equal to 1 by 7. Cross multiplication. 7 twos are 14 equal to 19 minus r. Minus r I am taking into the LHS. So r is equal to 19 minus 4. So R is equal to 5. Wherever possibility is there, I will tell that alternate method. Otherwise, only one method, dear students. Only turning step is taking that formula NPR equal to n minus r factor. Once again, I'll write it here. NPR is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial. After applying this formula, another formula n factorial equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. Here at a time we can apply, but term by term for easy to understand the students, I am writing like this way. We'll move to the next one. The next question. A man has 4 sons and there are 5 schools within his reach. In how many ways can he admit his sons in the school? So that condition is given here. No 2 of them will be in the same school. So he wants to join his sons in the near school. In his reach, 5 schools are there. In that 5 schools, he wants to admit 4 sons. So here, number of childs. So here, number of schools. First child, second child, third child, fourth child. 4 childs are there. At the same time, how many schools we have? 5 schools we have here. 4 childrens. First observe, for the first child, what are the possibilities? Total 5 schools are possibilities. Out of 5, he will join in any 5 schools. That means 5 ways are there to admit the first child into the 5 schools. So 5 possibilities are there, either in the first school or second school or third school or fourth school or fifth school. After that, one condition is given, no 2 of them will be in the same school. So obviously the second student cannot join in the same school. Whatever he joined in this, he cannot. So the second student is having the possibilities. Out of 5 schools, 1 school he left. So the rest of them is 4. So out of the 4 schools, the second child is going to join. So here also 4 ways are there. Again by the same condition, no 2 of them will be in the same school. So rest of them, 3 possibilities are there. So for the third child, 3 ways are there. So 3 schools are available for him. So last possibility, again applying the same condition, no 2 of them will be joining in the same. So for fourth child, the rest of the, after 3, more 2 possibilities are there. So 2 ways are there. By using counting principle or fundamental principle, these are the 4 operations done simultaneously. So therefore, the required permutations or by using counting principle also 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. So that is equal to 20 into 360 into 2, 120 ways. So these are the possibilities. He wants to join his 4 sons into the 5 schools. If you want to write the steps, number of childs, 4, number of schools. in his reach. In his reach means nearby. 5 are there. To admit the first student, first child, to admit the first child, to admit the first child, there are 5 schools are available. So then the number of possibilities, number of ways, then the number of ways to join or to admit first child or 5 ways. So for first child he has 5 possibilities. That's what I wrote. Here I explained the same matter I am writing. After admitting the first student or first child in any one of the 5 schools, he has 4 possibilities and one more condition, no 2 of them will be in the same school. So by that condition, out of 5, the rest of the 4 schools are there now. In his reach, 4 schools are available. Again the second school. Since no 2 of them will be in the same school, for that same school. So second child have 4 ways. The rest of the schools are there now. 4 schools are available. 4 ways. Similarly, third child have 3 possibilities. Fourth child have fourth child, here also child I wrote. Fourth child. Fourth child or 4 sons, you can. Child 2 ways. And last 5th one, child have 1 way. So the total number of ways. Here total number of ways means you can take that the principle, first counting principle, fundamental principle. 4 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. You cannot add the total number of ways. Here NO, like this symbol is given, it represents not no, number of, the total number of ways to admit in the school in his reach or 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So the possibilities are 120. These are the possibilities. We have 120 ways. Or simply out of 5 schools, 4 students can be arranged in 5p4 ways. Even like this also we can write it simply 5p4. We can arrange it, we can permutate in 5p4 ways. We'll move to the next question. Yeah, dear students, if the question is asking for 2 marks, you can represent like this figure and give it. Here you mention that by using counting principle or fundamental principle. By using counting principle or fundamental principle, you can mention like this way, you will get the marks. Suppose if they are asking for 4 marks, like these statements, you can write accordingly. Next question, if there are 25 railway stations on a railway line, how many types of single second class tickets must be printed so as to enable a passenger to travel from one station to another station? That's all. Here to make the confusion they are giving here, second class tickets. Here tickets must be printed so as to enable a passenger to travel from one station to another station. So if total how many number of stations are there given? Number of railway stations. (25). Okay. After that, between every station to station, between every two stations, here station to station, no? One station to another station. So between every two stations, there must be a ticket. So that means out of 25, we need to arrange two stations from one station to another station. So here we are starting and in another one station to another station. Out of 25 stations on the railway line, we need to arrange two stations, railway stations. Must be a ticket. It should be a ticket from one station to another. Two stations we are arranging. So therefore the number of tickets must be printed from one station to another station. One station to another station. Or, so one station to another station means two stations are there. So out of 25 stations, you can arrange two stations, 25 P2. So 25 P2 means what? Here 2 is there means 25 including 25, decreasing order 2. So 25 into 25 minus 1, that is 25, 24. 25 into 24. So 4 5s are, so 100, so 50. So 600 will come. So therefore 600, here the passenger traveled from one station to another station, the number of tickets will be 600 tickets must be printed from one station to another station. Simple is, you have to remember total 25 railway stations are there on the railway line. To take that here this is so as to enable a passenger to travel from one station to another station, that is important. So passenger travel from one station to another station. So two stations are there. Out of 25 we can arrange two stations to take the tickets, to print the tickets. So 25 P2, it must be, the number of tickets must be printed from one station to another station to travel the passenger. 25 P2 ways. So total 600 ways. Yeah, we'll move to the another question. In a class, there are 30 students are there. So the number of students in the class. So 30. On the New Year day, every student posts a greeting card to all his or her classmates. Find the total number of greeting cards posted by them. So it's a logical question, it is a good question. So how many students are there? 30 students are there now. First student, like this way can write, first student. Total 30 is there, means one student we are taking. So remaining 29 are there. So this person will post the greeting card to the rest of the 29 students. So what are the possibilities? The number of greeting cards to be posted for the 29 people. So similarly, suppose if you take the second student, he has to post the greeting card to the rest of the students. Out of 30, second student we are taking. So again the first student and the rest of the 28 students, total 29. Again he has to post the greeting card to 29 students. And even third student also. So third student, one student we are taking from them out of 30. 2 and the rest of them here 27. So 27 plus 2, 29 students are there. This third person, third student will post the greeting card to other 29 people. Like this way, 30th student also will post. So 30th student means before 29 students are there now. For 29 students, he has to post the greeting cards. So total number of here, this is not an operation here in this case. Therefore, the total number of, are you able to hear now? Are you able to understand? The total number of greeting cards posted by students or total 30 are there. So we can add like this, 29 plus 29 plus and so on. 29, 30 members are there, 30 times. Why? Because 30 students are there. So 29 plus 29 and so on, 30 times means 30 into 20. 9. So 9 is 27. 6 plus 8, 87. 870. So 870, the number of greeting cards, 870 greeting cards are required. Another way also we can do, simply. So one student must one student must post to the greeting card to the other student. So here how many students are mutually greeting to one another? 2 students are there out of 30. Even you can do like this also. Out of 30 students, you can arrange 2 students to distribute the greeting cards. So 30 P2. So 30 into, here 2 is there means 30 and less than 1. So 30 minus 1. So 29. Even that also we are reading same now. 870. So out of 30, we can arrange 2 students to distribute the greeting cards or posted by the students. Or 870 ways are there. I hope everyone understand. We'll move to the next one. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share, subscribe and like. If you have any doubts regarding this session, please write to my comment box. I will help you, dear students. In the coming video, the number of words forming with the given word their relative positions cannot be disturbed. So the number of 5-letter word forming with given word begin with C, begin with L, begin with V, end with R. Like these questions we are going to discuss in the next video. Thank you all. Signing off, Maths with Panindra.